Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stand. It's Lyon against Manchester United. It's a huge night in Europe. It's the Europa League. This is where it starts and it begins and it ends. Manchester United are here to go. And look, fasten your seatbelts. It's where it all gets real. Bring it on Matic, bring it on Lyon, bring it on Manchester United. I'm ready for this one, and I hope you are as well. Been looking forward to it all day. And look, I want to be in the Champions League like the next man, but I also want to be winning games of football, and I want to be back where we need to be. And you've got to start somewhere. And I think the future of Manchester United is so much about what we can do over the next few weeks in this tournament. If we can get into the Champions League via the back door of the Europa League, then I think it will give us such impetus that we won't have if we get knocked out, money, etc. Yeah, I'm happy with the team. And get me your thoughts in as well. I have the team up on the screen for you there. I'm happy with that team. Is it the team I would have picked? I can't remember what I said in the preview. I think I felt that Bruno should have played deeper. I'm a little look honestly. I'm not stressed about this. I don't understand Amorim much the same as anybody. I don't understand Amorim yet. He's still very new, and we've not even had 6 months of him really. So I presumed that Bruno Fernandes was now always going to be a midfielder, and yet the last few games he's been playing as a number 10 again. So that is a little bit confusing, but is that because Casemiro and Ugarte are there to be a shield away from home? Will he do that away from home? So I think that, yeah, that's interesting. Obviously, we'll go through the Lyon team in a minute. Matic is on the bench. Cherki starts. But look, Rasmus up front makes sense. He is more of a striker than Xerxes. I think Xerxes is more of a number 10. So if I wanted Xerxes to play, I think in the preview I had Bruno next to Casemiro, and then I had Xerxes next to Garnacho. And maybe I would have preferred to see that, because obviously it's great that Casemiro has some form back, but when you play Casemiro and Ugarte, and then you're playing with wide players, it really limits what you can do, because you're going to play a striker, Bruno's going to play, so there's one position for the likes of Xerxes and Mount, and they can't get it. They can't get on the pitch because Garnacho's got it. So I do like Bruno playing in the midfield, because it opens up the ability, the fact that maybe Mason Mount could have started, maybe Xerxes could have started. But as soon as you... no, Shaw is not starting. No, Shaw's not starting. I don't know why people are saying that. Maybe that's coming in from the live chats of the fan forum. No, Dorgu starts. But yeah, look, you play Bruno further forward and it's going to bench Xerxes or Mount because he's going to pick Garnacho because Garnacho offers something. I sense that they'll probably... Cantonar Kick, welcome to the Members Club. Hyen's report with our first super chat of the evening says it'll be 5-0. Doesn't say who to. But yeah, I understand it. I understand why he's done it. It's not surprising the way he's gone. And I actually quite like the team, I've got to be honest. I know some people are moaning about it, but let me know what your thoughts are. I'm in hospital after a big motorbike accident 3 weeks ago, desperate for a United win. Well, rest up, Tony. We're all in it together tonight. You know what, as well, regardless of, I think back to the Europa League under Mourinho. I think back to the Europa League under Oli when we got to the final. People can take the mickey out of this tournament. People can devalue it and everything. But I do actually think we've had some special nights in the Europa League. And the reality is it's the quarterfinals. We should enjoy it. And even if you are thinking about, disrespecting it or devaluing it, in my opinion, that would be ridiculous, because it's we're very, very fortunate that a few years ago, UEFA decided that the Europa League would be a passage into the Champions League. Because imagine the scenario where if you win the Europa League, you get a trophy and you get automatic qualification to defend it next year. The fact that they've given it this Champions League spot is a bloody godsend. It's a godsend, because we're nowhere near top 5 in the Premier League. So, yeah, it's big. Matic versus Onana, the rivalry we never knew we needed, says Chuffbridge. And after a long time, I'm excited about United game. Let's go get the win, says Arnab. Casemiro is my unexpected scores 2 goals tonight, says John. He's your Declan Rice. He's your Declan Rice, is he? Okay, well, look, before I go any further, let me just mention our sponsor on the show tonight. You might not be aware of it, although we have mentioned it in the past. It's the Sleeper app. It's a fantastic bit of kit, and I suggest you get involved in it. Sleeper was the top downloaded sports app in the US for the NFL season launch, surpassing ESPN and Yahoo. Millions use it daily for their sports fix. It's a fantasy experience. It's renowned for offering the best fantasy experience with unmatched depth and customization. It's got a new feature of highlights. Its home feed gives you the ability to follow games as events unfold with breaking news, live updates, personalized to your team and all the stats, reaction and emotion from football around the world. You can track form, injuries and individual player performance as soon as you open the app, plus share your opinion and chat with other fans. There's also tons of football videos to watch each week. All this plus the fantastic features you already know and love with Sleeper's Fantasy Draft and their prediction games too that you can get involved in. You're in control of what you see, what you watch, and what you play. And the best bit is it's all free. Check it out. Sounds good. Get involved with Sleeper. We'll see you there. It's on mobile by clicking the link in the description, and it's on desktop by scanning the QR code as well. So give it a go. I think you'll be really impressed with it. Obviously, very, very big in the States at the moment, and it's coming to the UK. Well, it's in the UK already, and around the world for football. So give it a go, and you can play, and it's very in-depth, and look, just give it a try. Links in the description or scan the QR code. Thank you very much to Sleeper. Buzzing, come on United, come on Mark, Guinness on me, says Landon. Well, being as we're playing French, I've gone for a red tonight, and I am red. So there we go. Landon, thank you very much for your super chat. We're still unbeaten in Europe, so I have faith, says Cyber Gamer. Park the bus and counter, says Bartley. I hope not. I hope not. I mean, we're not playing PSG. I hope that we are a little bit expressive because I think we can be. That guy Beto says, hi Mark, I'm excited for today. Come on United. Thank you very much. I feel like all fans are waiting for European fixtures and no anticipation for the Premier League at all, says Mohammed. Yeah, I mean, look, the Premier League for me is, and has been for a few weeks, if I'm being completely honest, competitive pre-season. Absolutely. And I agree with that. Like, we've got Newcastle away at the weekend. They're going to be gunning for us because they need to win to get into the Champions League themselves. And you don't want to get humiliated, but it's an opportunity for maybe Luke Shaw to start, Mason Mount to start, maybe a young player to start. So the Premier League has its value, 100%. But this is where it's all about, it's preparation, it's trying things out. It's, if Ahmad's back, get him in the Premier League for a game, look, this is what it's all about. Absolutely. I feel, thank you very much to Mohammed for that. There was something I was going to say. Okay, let me show you the Lyon team. That's what I was going to show you. So I don't know loads about Lyon, but I've got to be honest, I'm probably like everybody else tonight. I'm very intrigued about Turkey on this sort of a platform. Playing against us. Almada is an interesting player as well. If you've ever been a fan of my FIFA career modes, I've bought him many a times. In fact, I think he was an original TUSFC player on my creator career mode, and he left us to go and play for, I think he went and played for bloody City, didn't he? Traitor. But that's a computer game. In real life, he plays for Lyon. Other players, Tolisso, you'll know all about him. Veratut as well. They're both decent players. I mean, Tolisso at one time was going to be the next big thing, wasn't he? He really was. I mean, he's 30 now, but went to Bayern Munich for 5 years, didn't work out from Lyon, and ended up going back to Lyon. Still only 30, but, he's not a bad player by any stretch of the imagination. And Veratut as well is another player. I probably pronounced his name terribly wrong. He's 32 in their midfield as well. He played for Villa at one point, but played 65 times for Roma, has been at Marseille for 2 years, he's now at Lyon, played for Fiorentina. Again, another experienced player. So they have got experience in that team. Maitland-Niles, you'll know, from Arsenal. Tagliafico, you'll know about him. I mean, we were linked to him, weren't we, at one point. I can't remember. Did we? Am I right? We nearly did buy him. Once he was at Ajax, wasn't he? He was at Ajax. I think he was an Ajax player when Ten Hag was there. Yeah. We did get linked to him, definitely. Oh, he's at Lyon now. Another player who's into his 30s, but they've got a good mix. They could be a good side, but I'm fancying United. This is a game for Xerxes in the 10, says Andy Harris. You in a good mood because you've been sad lately? I've been ill lately, Mazru. I've not been sad. You pronounce it as Veritu, says Bjorn. Thank you very much. Hi, Mark. Keep up the good work. Hoping for a good result tonight as going to the game next week. Come on, United, says Ashley. Come on, United. Come on, United. Yeah, definitely in a good mood. Definitely looking forward to it. And definitely, I'm going with a Man United win. Let me know where you're watching from, by the way. Love to know where you are. I'm trying to think about the times. God knows what time it is in New Zealand or Australia. It would be well into the early hours, I think. Lunchtime in LA. Early afternoon. East Coast. Europe, an hour ahead. Yeah, so look, it's not a bad time. It's not a bad time for most people to be tuning in. But let us know where you are. The United Stand Ultras. Let us know where you are tonight. And let us know what you're thinking, of course. I'm going to go... I think I've gone 2-1 Man United. Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1 Man United. Kazakhstan. Shout out. Me and Seb were playing this game today, actually. He's really into either ors at the moment. So his either or was if there is 10 swimming pools and at the end of the pool there is £1 million, but when you jump into a pool, a shark gets released at the other end in one random pool. Would you jump in and try and win £1 million? So you've got a 1 in 10 chance that when you jump in, a great white shark's going to be in there and you're not going to get your £1 million. But you've got a 90% chance that it'll be in another pool. So he's loving all these either-ors at the moment. But he's also playing this game where you have to give somebody's name, where you live, and a food. So you go A, B, C. So K, he was like Kev, Kazakhstan, and... I can't think of a food that begins with K. What did he say? I think we struggled. I think he said kangaroo, which you can eat, actually. You can. No comment whether I have or not. Okay. Let me just sort this. Just been sent a message. You're all thinking about the shark and the pool now, aren't you? I said I wouldn't do it. For me, kale's a good one. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't. 1 in 10 chance that the shark's in there. It's not worth it for £1 million when you're already a millionaire. But yeah, I wouldn't do it anyway. Not for me. Not for me. 1 in 10 chance of being devoured by a great white shark. And as you know, I sort of feel it's my destiny. So why give it? Why give it a chance? Yeah, we're not doing that. Okay, hopefully this is going to work. Lovely. Lovely stuff. Hi, Mark. I'm watching from Hawaii today, coming back to UK in a week, and I will be back on membership. Hope you're well. Come on, United. Any more live shows this year? The live show, to be honest with you, was to do with the 10 years, so nothing planned at the moment, but never say never. Might be doing a couple in America, if that trip gets off the ground. We're sort of looking at coming to the States, not because Man United are going to the States, but looking to go to the States this year, East Coast, but just need to fill it up with some stuff to do, really. But yeah, looking forward to that. Definitely going to be to South Africa at some point, definitely, yeah. Definitely. Right, let me get that there, and then that's fine there, and then I want that there. Over key. Okay, lovely stuff. Following from Belgium, let's go United, says Carlo. Would you consider attending a Tampa Buccaneers game, says Johnny. I do like American football, but I don't really want to put any more money in the Glazers' pocket. Nick P is talking about the game tonight. Nevster, you're a legend, by the way. I've just realised who it is. He's in Hawaii. Nevster makes me laugh. My worry tonight is that in the space of a day, French football has gone from farmers to elite ballers in an underrated league. Might give them a boost, says Nick P. I think there's a massive difference between PSG and Lyon. with all due fairness. Lee Cape Town says, Cape Town, South Africa, our time right now, and an hour later than your time. Hi, Mark, can't wait for the game. Come on, United. Lucas says, looked into the Tampa Bay Bucks, and they have one of the youngest teams in the league. Looks like Mike, it might be a Sir Jim tactic, but a Glazer one. Luca, I think Sir Jim Radcliffe is a puppet for the Glazers anyway. I can't believe we've still got fans in the fan base and media talking about strategies of Sir Jim Radcliffe when the rebuild of Old Trafford and the regeneration project, there's literally a letter from 2017 from the Glazers to Trafford Council exactly talking about this project. And now you're telling me that Tampa Bay are building a young team. I mean, it's just a front. I don't know why people can't see it. Currently in Cincinnati, says Ferder, taking a break from apartment painting, eating Buffalo Wild Wings, been watching since Mourinho, thank for all you do. Love that, Ferder, enjoy. My worry, we've done that from Nick P, Nevster, Cape Town, watching from Philly. Let's get it done, says Jow. Yeah, love that. A lot of United fans have not been allowed into the stadium. Wristband system that turned out to be chaos. Could it be a delayed kickoff then, Dino? That's ridiculous. The Glazers says Hong Kong. Jace says that Lyon are no walk in the park. I do watch them occasionally, and they put up a very even fight against PSG, only losing by a goal. Definitely a good team. Lyon, you want some? We will give it to you, says Dunny. Would you rather play the second leg at home or away, says Cybergamer? I always think it's better to be away from home in the first leg, so you can solve the problems in the second leg. The camera's moved here. Sorry. There we go. That's what we want. I'm excited, says Andy Atherton. Ollie sent 20 roses on TikTok. You're a legend, Ollie. Has anyone got any lions? Apparently they're big. I don't know the TikTok system, but thanks, Ollie. I'm excited. Winning the Europa League makes a huge difference to Amrim's chances of progression. Hopefully winning the Europa League doesn't define his future. I'm confident we have the right guy. Did you hear what Roy Keane said? I know I mentioned it on the morning show, that winning the Europa League wouldn't be a successful season for Manchester United. I still stand by the fact it would. Because you can only deal... Ryan, thank you very much. Bipendra, thank you very much. You can only deal with what you can do. And we weren't in the Champions League, and we weren't in a title race this year. A successful season for Manchester United, contextually, in the last 10 years, is winning the Europa League. That's who we are. I know it's not a successful season for Roy Keane. He wouldn't shit in a UEFA Cup, but can you imagine Roy Keane? I wouldn't even take a crap in that cup. But that's not who we are anymore. And I think that's part of the problem sometimes, isn't it? These ex-players sort of, getting into the past. Ruben, thank you very much. My local team, Bodo Glimt, just beat Lazio. If United win it, it's going to be the perfect night, says Such Try Hard. Thank you very much. Does runner-up in the Europa League get Europa League next season, says Marcus? I want to say no. Yeah, I don't think runner-up gets anything. You're the first place loser, aren't you? Sharks can't survive in chlorine water, says Slick. It's not chlorine water. It's a swimming pool, but it's got seawater in it, and it's a special water that sharks can survive in. Mark Bridge, gold. Can you postpone the match? I gotta... Oh, okay, whatever. Okay. Lockie says Cape Town is an hour ahead. NH Psychos in Baltimore, preaching anti-players FC here. Good lad. Simon says... Qualifying for the Champions League might give Amrim the right leverage to get the players he needs for next season. Feeling confident, love from Belgium. It won't be easy. It will be tough. And I'm excited. Frisky's just sent 20 rabbits. Okay. Thank you very much. Hi from Dublin. Ooh, up the lads, says Luna. Watching at work. Hope we win, says Colin. It'll be brilliant to have you in South Africa. Let us know. Come on, United, says Yusuf. I say 100% chance Sir Jim is aware of United stand and watches, says Johnny. Lazio out, says Such Try Hard. What a result for Bodo Glimt. Outplayed Lazio in Norway. Should have been 6-0. Now I need a win, says James. Well, they're not out. They can't be out. It's the first leg. They beat them 2-0. There will be a second leg. But Eintracht Frankfurt play at Spurs as well at 8 o'clock, and Rangers play Athletic Club, which is the winner of this. So we'll keep an eye on all of that as well, of course. Justin Jeffries, welcome to the Members Club. Will we see a debut from some of our younger players? I think not, but Morehouse is an exciting talent. And good night of sport, says Ross. That was from Andre Gomez. Man United, Masters and Darts. Thank you very much for that. Just looking at the bench for Manchester United, by the way, that's not something I'd gone through. Let me get you the team back on the screen because I don't think it's running round at the moment. There it is. There's the United side. The bench for United has people like Amas, Bienda, Eriksson, Heaton, 2 goalkeepers on the bench. Shut up. Shut up. Just shut up. 2 bloody goalkeepers on the bench again. I can't speak. Just shut up. Anyway, Bienda, Heaton, Amas, Camerson, Kakonki, Mainu on the bench, by the way. No one was expecting that. Mainu, Morehouse, Mount, Lindelof, Shaw, and Xerxes. So Mainu is back and he is on the bench. That's a real surprise, actually. I didn't expect him to be on the bench. So that's really positive. Come on, United. I'm watching from Saudi Arabia, says Master. Watching in Canada, says Ardish. And what work got me off early for the game in Florida. Red wine is just fine. Come on, United, says Landon. Little Fat Dosser has got a beer poured. Have a feeling I'm going to need it. And Andre says, what do you think the team can improve to get Højlund more involved in the game? I feel we are wasting our striker. I'm from Africa, says South Africa, says Andre. Look, I think whether it's Xerxes, whether it's Rasmus, whether it's Delap, whether it's Osman, whether it was Cavani, whether it was Martial, we know that, you know, we've not serviced strikers at this football club for a long time. And I think that, you know, whether these strikers are good enough for Man United or not is by the by. We do need to try and service them. Now, tonight, I think is going to be... The reason I think he's gone with Rasmus over Xerxes tonight is because he's probably just expecting it to just be a grafting game. And, you know, Rasmus will run around, of course. That's not a very positive thing to say about any player, oh, he'll run around. But he will put a shift in. And, you know, maybe that's what we're sort of looking at. Let me just confirm this. Amram is talking to the press at the moment. What do you think about Jadon Sancho coming back to Manchester United, Mark? I don't want him back. It makes me want to throw up. But you just don't know with Man United these days. You don't know what we're doing. Sancho got 2 assists, so maybe that'll make them want to keep him. But I don't want Sancho back. I really don't want Sancho back. We need to move. We need to move forward, not backwards. Going back to Sancho is like going back to a relationship that didn't work. You know, it might be great again at the start, but ultimately it will end up where it did. 2 goalkeepers on the bench is a crime against football, says Malps. Somebody did tell me there's a reason why that you do 2 goalkeepers on the bench. Oh, that's it. You're a fucking idiot. That was it. Mark, new rule in UEFA is 2 goalkeepers on the bench. That might have been it, Nicholas. There we go. But if it is, it's stupid. Nino says, I've been texting my family and friends for prayers for a good Man United performance. Come on, United. Nino, we don't need to bloody pray. We're just going to beat them. Come on, United. I'm watching from Wisconsin, USA, says Yeek. Thank you very much for that. Andy Atherton has put... Oh, Lick. Hold on, let me just come back to this. Lick on TikTok says, this is my first time in one of your streams. I've seen videos of you before. Welcome. Welcome to the TikTok crew. You're very welcome. And thank you very much for the follows there. Andy Atherton, though, has said, I've put £200 on United to win at 6-4. It returns £500. If I lose, I'm homeless. What are the odds on 5 Goldbridge beating a Rhino? If you know, you know. Yeah, 5 Goldbridges would beat a Rhino. Mate, I hope you're not homeless. Unless it's, you know, somebody saying get out for losing that money. I don't know that I'd bet £200 on Man United winning away from home against Lyon. But I wish that was the team we were playing on the right. Have you seen that? Man United on the left. We're winning about 9-0. If that's Lyon on the right, if you know, you know. If you're watching it on your telly, we're battering them. Look at him, sticking out. He thinks he's bloody Matic. Oh, we're definitely winning. We're definitely winning. Oh no, here comes Lyon, really. Anyway, is Madueke's Chelsea best winger got a brace, says Rajaf. Sorry, I refuse to give up on Rasmus, says Andrew O'Brien. When he starts getting 5 chances a game and missing them, then maybe. I'm with you, mate. I'm firmly behind the player. Definitely, definitely, definitely. I did say, did it as well as you said we would win the trophy, says Robert McCormack. You can't put bets on just because I've said we're winning the trophy. I said we were going to win the Europa League in January, and you know I'm very stubborn. So, you can't just say that. Private Pip, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. If you're watching on YouTube or you're watching on TikTok, please do share the video. You can do that by clicking the share button on YouTube. We've got nearly 25,000 watching already, and it's 6 minutes away from kickoff. I think it could be a big stream tonight. I just can't see a situation where it isn't, really. I'm really looking forward to it. It's a 3 a.m. kickoff for me in Australia. Must-win game, says Mr. Scally. Well, there is a second leg. I mean, actually, we should allude to that. There is a second leg, so it's not actually a must-win. But I have said in the preview, if we draw, what does that do? You know, we have been beaten at home by Palace and Bournemouth at home this season. So, I'd be much more comfortable if we could take a win back, really. But as I said, they've got some good players. Cherki, Almada, Veratu, Taliso, and others. It's going to be very interesting. Eric Sherlock, welcome to the Members Club. 4 a.m. here in Seoul. I couldn't sleep given how important the game is, says Ryan. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. The players are coming out onto the pitch now. Let's do this. Come on, United. Out they come. Cherki is... obviously, Yoro is French. You see, I'm full of information. But, yeah, keep an eye on that one. I know who he is. Number 18 is Cherki. Someone just said, what number is he? Love from Malaysia, says Malik. It's 3 a.m. Personally, I won't be going to the Man United tour because I do not want to support the Glazers and Ineos. Huge game, says Carl. First time he's chosen an unchanged team at United. Thanks for the content. Eric Sherlock, thank you very much. Appreciate that. We were doing a tour at the end of the season, Man United are, yeah. Yeah. Players are on the pitch. Watching from Bahrain since 2017. Let's go United, says Ryan. Cheers, pal. Thank you very much for that. Right, just take it in. Take it in. Not a bad stadium, is it, Lyon? What's the capacity? Oh, I meant to say, yeah, just talking about Lyon, on the bench, but Lyon, they've got Lacazette, you remember him? Matic is on the bench as well. So keep an eye for those familiar names. Read the rules. You do not have to name 2 goalkeepers, says Joe. 12:30 a.m. in India. Work tomorrow. Come on, United is walking alive. Helen Charlton's been a member for 3 months. Thank you very much, Helen. Come on, United, please don't disappoint us, says Sander. I'm watching SK Brann in Bergen as a warm-up. Looking forward to today's match against Lyon, says Espen. It's time to stand up. I might not have been able to stand up last week because I was feeling a bit off. But this is one of those games where you've just got to do it. Get ready. Hi, Jake K. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm not nervous. I just think it's a bit of a step into the unknown, isn't it? And I cannot overstate how I think we'll win the tournament, but also how our season rests upon this. Unbeaten in the Europa League so far this season. And of course, if we were to get knocked out by Lyon, our season would be over in mid-April. I mean, it doesn't bear thinking about, really. Unless you're a United hater. In which case, it might be getting you quite excited. But let me just get ready with the timer here. take a deep breath and get ready. They've changed ends here. Let's do this. Let's do it. Come on. Come on, United. You're getting an echo. Why would you get an echo? Oh, not right before the game. Oh, it's fine now. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. Goldbridge echoed twice. What a treat. Right, I've missed the start of the game now. I must have hit something there. Let me get my chat back. Okay, just need to sort this timer out. 24. 33, 34. There we go. Timer's up and running. Don't know. Can't do anything about it. If it's echoing, I suggest you just leave the stream and go and watch something else. I can't do anything about it anyway. Anyway, I'm just going to watch the game because it's not echoing for everybody. So, Manchester United away to Lyon in the Europa League. Lyon starting off with a bit of intensity here, but it's United on the ball. Good press by Lyon. Dorgu trying to win a free kick. Gets it. I don't know. If anyone can help with the echo, please tell me. All I've done is stood up. I've got absolutely no idea how it could go from working perfectly fine to messing about. I've got no idea. Strange. Do I have two devices on? I'm just having a look. No, I've got that on there. Got that on there. Just what a time for it to do it as well. Apparently it's stopped now. Okay. Player down for Lyon. Didn't see what happened. It's sorted, Mark. Turn it on and off again, says Robbo96. Oh, well, I just sort of did that, so maybe that was it. The echo only stops when you start. I do read TikTok comments, but it's because people are talking to me about it. Might be people who are listening on headphones. Right, let me just try something here. Is that any better now? No, that won't work. Is that any better now? Oh, hold on a minute. What's this? What's this going on here? What about now? Is that any better now? There seemed to be something, I think I clicked something further down that was, yeah, I'd clicked something in my audio mixer that wasn't muted, and I don't know what it was. I must have clicked it when I was doing the Tim. I'm not a tech wizard. I'm not a tech wizard. I'm a tech twat. Anyway, Bruno's got a free kick here. We're back. That's all that matters. Let's get focused on this. Always nice when you fix something. It's only if you speak loudly, so I reckon second mic is on, says me. Yeah, I think I know what it was. I know what it is. Yeah, I know what it is. Sorted, says RX. Jacob says 100 times better, Mark, says Jacob. Echo the Dolphins, says Bojam. Echo will work perfect for an Agadoo, says 100T. Check your mic connection, mate, says John. Close all windows and it should be fine, says Rays. It's sorted, says Andy Atherton. Mark, turn it on and off again, says Robbo. Mario Franco, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you very much for that. Tottenham are losing to Frankfurt, by the way. I think that's confirmed. Corner to United. Rasmus and Yoro having a bit of a chat. They are losing to Frankfurt as well. They bloody well are. Ekatike. Ekatike has scored already. Spurs are terrible. Remember when I remember when it used to be Thursday night on Channel 4, says Tom G. Thank you very much, Chris Cooper. If only Man United could fix their problems as quick as you, says Oswaldo. Frankfurt are a good team, Bruno. I said that Frankfurt would beat them. Thanks everyone who's watching. Please share the video. Cheers. Come on, United. I think our approach here will be to keep things defensively quite good and quite tight. And here we go. Rasmus loses it. Their manager looks like the main character from Team America. I've also heard from credible sources that he smells, says Jake M. Thank you very much. I think Ange's gone when they get knocked out of the Europa League. I mean, their season is over, won't it be? I mean, Spurs won't be in Europe next year, will they, if they get knocked out? Same as Man United. So, yeah. Lyon just passing it around here. Oh, God, got a bit of a bad knee now. I think this space. I really do agree with what Amrim said as well. In Europe, we've been better because it is slightly slower, and that just gives us slightly longer on the ball. I quite like the shape of the team. That's a very good shape when you look at it there. if we can get, Lyon have got to go a little bit on the front foot, and there might be opportunities for us. I know it's early days and we've only had 9 minutes, but yeah, I'm quite happy with the way it's starting. It's a long way to the final. This is the quarter-final. We should just be ticking these away. Just by the way, when the ratings QR code goes round, when you're on YouTube, or go through the link in the description, if you want to get involved in our player rating system, it's through our website now. All you've got to do is click the link or scan the QR code, drop your email in, then you'll get an email just to verify, and then you're in. You can do it every week then. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average star for your man of the match. So that's just an early warning to get that done. What wine are you drinking, says Kenzo? I don't know. It's a little bottle I had left from Christmas. I don't know what it is. Here they go, Lyon. Opportunity. Just pinging it around a little bit here. Half a chance there. Well done, Delo. Gets his cross, gets on the end of the cross, stops it. Back post. See, look at the back post again. How does this keep happening to United? How can you have a back five and leave the back post free? It's got to be tactical. Because it used to happen with Ten Hag as well. How can you play a back... Well, Ten Hag played a back four. Our fullbacks are so bad. At allowing that to happen. What? Thank you very much for that. Right, corner. Almada's on it. Headed away. And that's going to go to a throw into us. Got up at 3 a.m. for this, and I've got work at 6, says Huge Lad. Well, there won't be any extra time, so just watch this, have your breakfast, and get to work. I hate French camera positions, said someone in the chat there. Spurs are 1-0 down, as per Devon in the live chat on TikTok. Hayden's Gaming Adventure says, I hate French camera positions. They feel so far. And please say, will you marry Pooja, will you marry RJ, so I can do my surprise next week in Maldives for my proposal. Thanks, Marks, says Bit Bruno. Pooja, will you marry RJ? Is that what you want me to say? Got a 69er on the pitch for Lyon. Goal kick. Rangers have had a red card apparently already. Bloody hell, it's all going off. Yeah, home to Bilbao, and they have had a man sent off already. I mean, talk about ruining your chances. Prats, well, Proper's been sent off. Apparently, there's a VAR review of a yellow. Don't know whether anybody's seen that. Let us know. Was it the right choice? Phil Doshi, thanks for the follow on TikTok. Typical European tie here at the moment. Both teams sort of looking to settle. Would you take Ivan Toney from the Saudi League if he's cheaper? 17 goals in 23 matches, says Mike. Mate, I can't take Saudi League stats seriously. I mean, it could be 90 goals in 5 games and I still wouldn't necessarily value it. Here they go. They're in the box again. Dink to the back post, but Anana gets hold of it. They're looking to exploit the right-hand side at the moment. Cameras on Matic. Joshua, thanks for the follow on TikTok. Appreciate that. I can't pronounce his name. The number 69 for Lyon, Mikau Tadzi, is he started off well. A lot of people talking about him in the chat. Don't know a lot about him. Going to be honest. He's 24, Georgian international. Just curious on what you think the chances are Garnacho gets sold in the summer, says Andrew Pecoraro. Been a viewer for a while in the US. Keep up the great work. I think if we get knocked out of Europe, there's a very big chance that we'll have to cash in. If we don't get knocked out of Europe and we win the Champions League, I think there's a big chance he'll stay. Matthew McFadden, our moderator, says he was the joint top scorer in the Euros, I think. Good striker. Well, he's drifting out to the left-hand side a lot. He's had a good start here. Have you heard Ten Hag getting linked to Roma, and do you think he'll do well there, says Matteo? I don't think that... George Ellis, thanks for the 5 roses. I don't think Ten Hag's taking a job until the summer because it will ruin his compensation from United. So, and also, why would you wait? You know, why would you take a job in April or May now? You take it in the summer, don't you? Rangers had a player sent off. Lovely play by Lyon. Good block. Mazraoui. The game is starting to... become a little bit focused on Lyon at the moment. They're sort of running the game at the moment. But as I said, tactically that might be what we're happy to do in this game away from home. Am I watching the Masters, says Devon? No, I'm not into the golf. I don't watch it. I don't play it. Yes, pure BDR. That's what we're sort of saying. It's a bit one-sided at the moment. As Raylo says, when are United going to start playing? Right, we've got the ball here. Yoro. Slow tempo from United so far. It's the same old, let's have a touch, pass it backwards. International pace here from United. Very much like Southgate, side to side along the back, boosting our possession and pass stats, but Maguire's gone for a long ball. I don't get it. I don't get why we're hitting long balls in the first 15 minutes to people like Garnacho and Bruno. I just don't get it. I don't get it. And I'm not being critical of Maguire, but like, is that coming from the training ground as well? I mean, like, we're just gifted up possession for nothing. For nothing. Like, you know, Lyon are looking a bit threatening and we're just gifting up possession again. How am I watching? It's on TNT Sports, AD. It's not bloody rocket science, mate. Here we go. Dorgu, cut it back. Oh, Rasmus. Fucking hell, mate. You got to do better. Look, I want him to do well, but you got to do better there. I mean, what is that? On his strong foot as well. Yeah, I can't help you. I can't help you from the critics there, mate. You're gonna get a few pelters for that. Bloody hell. That service in the penalty box. Dorgu's done his job onto his strong foot. He's got to do better. It's like watching a game of bingo, says Jahid. Nil-nil at the moment, Yabba. God, 18 minutes has gone already. Bloody hell. Another corner. Spurs are losing 1-0. Rangers have had a man sent off, unbelievably, at Ibrox in the first 10 minutes. They're down to 10 men against Athletic Bilbao. The winners of that game will obviously play the winners of this game. But yeah, Spurs are losing 1-0 at the moment. They'll play the winners of Bodo Glimt against Lazio. Bodo Glimt beating Lazio 2-0 in their place. But Tottenham are losing 1-0 at the moment at home to Frankfurt. And just looking at that game, it's not actually... it's quite an equal game going on as well. Jacob says, today is my fiancée Maddie's birthday. Well, happy birthday to her. And Alejandro says, love the streams, Mark. Keep it up. Thank you very much, pal. No patterns of play yet again, says Hambo. Casemiro and Agate as a pivot means playing through the middle will be at a minimum, says Patrick. Also means we'll be happy to concede possession at times. Yeah, I mean, look, I'll give it a bit of time, Patrick, but I've got to be honest, I wanted Bruno in the midfield. I wanted Xerxes or Mount next to Garnacho. I don't really see why we're going abroad and playing defensive in the Poundland Champions League. Like, you know, we're paying some of our players 300 grand a week. Like, we shouldn't be going to Lyon and giving them that level of respect. If we get back to top 5 consistently, says Harry Maguire, I don't want to see Jim looking all smug, and we should thank him like we weren't doing that before he arrived. I mean, that's a big step. Thinking about top 5, mate. I mean, I hope we do it, but passing's been awful, says Jamie. Benedict says, would you prefer Gyökeres or Osimhen? I mean, at this rate, I'd take bloody either of them, mate. I think I'd prefer Gyökeres just because he's played for Amarin before. So poor, absolutely no pressing or intensity, says TK. Andy Atherton says, no wonder we don't score goals. There's no pace, creativity or belief in our forwards. We do need a Gyökeres or Osimhen, but we are desperate for creative players. Bruno has to drop into the midfield. Thank you very much for that. So... nearly 40,000 watching on YouTube. Please share the video. Good take by Mazraoui. He's pushing forwards. He's got to go... He sort of didn't release the ball quick enough there. He's sort of running into trouble, isn't he? Stephen 9 says, I'm a Newcastle supporter. Always enjoy the videos, Mark. Hope you get through. Need more English teams winning European competitions. Just hope you don't win on Sunday. Oh, we won't be winning on Sunday, mate. Trust me, we're not winning at Newcastle on Sunday. You've had a whole week off. We'll have played this game. Good play with Delo down the right-hand side. Put the cross in. Cuts it back. Bruno. Why is Bruno shouting at Rasmus there? I mean, the players intercepted you stepping over it, mate. Sometimes the moaning will just be a little bit over the top. Good play. Garnacho. Cuts it back. Bruno! Oh, he wants a corner, and he's got it. Good play. Are you happy with the team selection, says Mr. Hickey? Yeah, I'm not. I tell you what, that was probably going in. Good play by Garnacho. I think that was going... well, it was certainly going to force a save from the keeper. Corner to United. We have got Maguire. And it's fucking rubbish. Our corners are so shit. Why do we like loft them up in the air? Why can't we put a bit of pace on it? Casemiro! Oh, overhead kick straight at the keeper. Couple of look, you know, on a positive level, we've had the 3 best chances in the game. Decent technique from Casemiro, but keeper just says, hey, I'll catch that. Mazraoui, definitely our best player so far, says Ben. And Globetrotter says, after watching Arsenal, Madrid, and even Villa and PSG, it's so clear our players are miles behind them. Thank you very much. Daddy J, thanks for the follow on TikTok, and Harry Moss as well. Look, we've had a good start here. Yes, Lyon are having the ball, but we've had, Rasmus should have done better. Bruno did well and won a corner, and Casemiro's overhead kick was going to take something a bit special, but it's still a shot on target. Dorgu is the service king, says Ladios. Hey, it was a good cutback by Garnacho as well. Get the stats up. There you go. Well, apparently we've had 3 shots to their 2, 1 on target. Yeah, it's not, Mainu on the bench as well. There he is. Cross into the box. He's fucking rubbish in goal. He's fucking rubbish in goal. He's absolutely rubbish in goal. What is he doing? What is he doing? Absolutely rubbish. He is so bad. That's the second time it's happened in the last few weeks. Follow the track of the ball, you prat. Don't stop. Just follow the track of the ball. What is he doing? Matic is laughing his head off. Matic is laughing his head off. He's laughing. He's laughing on the bench. What an absolute pillock. It's Ned Stark FC again, isn't it? He's lost his fucking head. Well, there's no offside there. There's no offside. What is he doing? He's done it again. Nobody touches the ball. The invisible man. We may as well put Ronald McDonald in there, catching bloody thin air with a sieve. Absolutely rubbish. Matic was right. Absolute pillock. He's rubbish in goal. Like, they teach you as a manager, they teach you as a goalkeeper that on those types of crosses, it's never your fault if a player gets in front of you and heads it in. But it's your fault if the trajectory of the ball goes in. You've just got to follow the trajectory of the ball. Don't anybody start coming at me with excuses about he thought somebody else was going to get a touch on it. Well, you thought wrong, didn't you? You thought bloody wrong. They didn't get a touch on it, did they? And it went in, didn't it? And you didn't do your job, did you? Bloody hell. And that just... the thing is, he did... What was the game where he did this like a few weeks ago? He's a bloody liability. You can't gift goals like that. Oh, I just don't get it. What did I say? I said it last week. He's got less future than a snowman in July. But unfortunately, until July, we've got to bloody put up with him. And Tottenham have equalised now as well. Gets worse. I just can't. I just can't say any more than I've said because I'll get myself in trouble. He's just a bloody liability. I mean, Westlife even wrote a bloody song about him, didn't they? Flying without wings. He's a prat. He needs bloody armbands. What is he doing here? It's right near him as well. It's just shit. It's absolute shit. He actually goes to palm it like that. It's right in front of him. He's going like that, looking at it, and he misses it. Oh, blindfold FC. He really is Ned Stark in goal. He ain't got a head. He's just a body with hands. Did it against Galatasaray, says X. What's going on, says Lewis. Onana is a useless effing waste of space, says Scott. Get that fraud out my club, says Colin. They're in again here. Would genuinely love to see that stat of how many goals he's been directly responsible for, says Noah. Get rid of this slop, says Joe. We are so boring. Don't worry. Delap's coming in, says Dazzo. Of course, Onana had to open his mouth before the game. Now he looks stupid and we look stupid, says Eddie. Get him off and... Well, you know what? Biinda should have played. Biinda should have played. It's as simple as that. Get him off and never let him play again. Biinda on now, says Florian. Just prove Matic right, says Mr. Carrillo. Gummy says 100% bound to happen. He bought it on himself. It's like when boxers are disrespectful before a fight and then get instant karma. He needs to be sold or permanently benched next season, says Nigel. He done it in the Champions League in his first season. Worst transfer in United's history. Matic was right. Mazraoui definitely. I mean, you can imagine if you're Matic now. If you're Matic now, you're sat there going... I mean, they haven't gone to Matic, have they? At a bachelor's in South Africa, Onana is cack, says Emil. Worst goalkeeper who ever paid 40 million too much. Exactly why Dave should still be here, says Bill. Look, I like Amorim, but I'd have picked Biinda anyway. He was the cup goalkeeper. Taibbi is better, says 1 Inch Wonder. Now, yellow card here. It's all going wrong. Delo. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way. If you're on YouTube, give us a follow on TikTok. Thanks, everyone who's tuning in. Yeah, he's well late there, Delo. He's really late. Deserves a yellow. Bloody hell. He's really late. Yeah, we're 10 subscribers away from 52,000 on YouTube. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Thanks, everyone who's getting involved. Don't forget, we've got match reaction, player ratings. It's a bad foul by Delo, that. That is a bad foul. I mean, it's not a red, but... he just can't do the basics. Trajectory of the ball. Mate. Bring back Bosnich, all is forgiven, says Paul. Mark, to bring this back into the room, we let De Gea go for free, says Tomo. I can't speak. Mate, you know what? I don't like doing it, but I remember 2 years ago, at this time of year, you had TNT, Sky, all the ex-United players, half our fan base, clipping him up all the bloody time. We need Rodri at the back. We need a goalkeeper who's like Rodri at the back. And you know what? We go and get Onana, and here we are. You know what we need? We need a bloody goalkeeper you can trust. We need a goalkeeper who can bloody save. That's what we need. No, we need a goalkeeper who can play like Rodri. We haven't even got a fucking defence or a team that can play like bloody Rodri. Why would you need a goalkeeper? All he does is bloody kick it long as well. We've got a shitter goalkeeper who still boots it long like De Gea did. The biggest downgrade ever. Hi Mark, looks like an Onana-approved Matic right, says Bilk. Striker who can't shoot, keeper who can't save, says Connor. No excuse, he's so bad, pub league at best, says S. Blooms. What's an Onana's wage, says it's Louis. Too much. Good take by Casemiro, come on. Got to get back into this. Dorgu. Tackled. In his first year, didn't cost us the Champions League group stage qualification. Yeah, he did ank it, to be fair. Amorim isn't that bright if he keeps using that guy, says La Familia. Patrick has gifted a membership. Other teams' players think he's a joke already before the game starts, and Matic was just the first one to say it publicly, says Trishan. Foreseeable future depends on this game, says Bartley. It's like Amorim set him up to fail, not playing Binder. We need to have a cup goalkeeper, says Ritwick. Wow. you know, unfortunately, we're in this position where we're 1-0 down now. And it did happen in the Champions League. It happened against bloody Bayern Munich and a few others, didn't it? You just can't concede. You can't gift goals. And that's what he's done. He's gifted a goal. Cavalry, thanks. Welcome to the Members Club. Does Beth still defend this Joker? Come on, Nathan. Look, we've all made predictions that, you know, we thought we needed to do and it didn't work out, you know. They did the Poznan. I'm glad I didn't see it, Agrim. No way Onana survives the summer, says Chris. Look, I've been told 2 things over the last few weeks from a very good source at the club. One, Amorim wants Onana out and wants his own guy, but it's whether United can do that. As we know in the past, they're not very good at selling players. Good ball by Delo. Rasmus needs some support. Oh, I tell you what, he's having a shit game, Rasmus. He's having a shit game as well. He'll be off at half-time. And also, we're very confident that we're going to get Delap. Lyon aren't even playing that well and still destroying us, says Jahid. If we get higher in the competition, I'd take Kelleher if you leave Liverpool. TB number 2, useless as they come, says Yusuf. Thanks, Jahid. Meanwhile, David has 10 clean sheets this season. Like you, Mark, I didn't want to get rid of David, says Rico. Mark, why does Amorim keep starting Rasmus over Xerxes? He was playing so well for us and got dropped. Yeah, but Xerxes was playing well as a 10, mate. He wasn't playing well as a striker. This is the problem. We haven't got a striker. We need a striker. Onana lets more balls in than Bonnie Blue, says Tyler. Brilliant. What did Matic say, says Callie, that Onana's the worst goalkeeper in Man United's history? See the quality it took Arsenal to score against Courtois and how easy our goalkeeper concedes, says Brian Dale. My mum is a better goalkeeper than Onana, says Polowski, and she's been 6 foot under for 40 years. Here's Bruno. Into Delo. There's a Lyon player down. Put the cross in. Garnacho. Oh, fucking hell. Corner. Honestly asking, why doesn't Amorim bench Onana permanently? He has solid backups and Onana is a genuine liability, says Alec. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate the super chats. Thanks for all the follows on TikTok. Oh, nah. What's my name, says Tom. To think Taibbi made 1 mistake and we got rid of him, and Onana has made 16 errors leading to goals. I would have taken him off and never played him again, says Mike Cable. Onana couldn't catch a dose off a brass, says the Viper. Okay, I'll leave that one. Oliver, thanks for your follow on TikTok. Right, corner to United. Bit of a hill to climb at the moment. Not quite a mountain, but we've given ourselves a bit of a hill to climb here. Cross comes in. Keeper, come on, second ball. These long balls are a joke. Stop fucking hitting long balls. So much for winning the Europa League, Mark, says Sam. Mate, you've made yourself look a right pillock. We're 37 minutes into a 2-legged game. It ain't over. Would you rather Onana or Karius, says Yahi. Huh? Rasmus is not good enough, says Tony, and don't get me started on that useless goalkeeper. Mate, I'd probably sub them both at half-time. I mean, you're never going to sub your goalkeeper, but I would expect Rasmus to come off. Onana couldn't catch a cold, says Bill. Let's be honest here, half our team are frauds. Onana and Delo are my 2 that I can't stand, says Joe. Played Yoro. Oh, for God's sake. Mark, United channel show is one-touch passing in training. Clearly they can't do it in any game, says Gino. Alejandro Garnacho, thanks for your super chat. They're on the attack here. Remember, Delo's on a yellow card as well. Makes a good tackle there, but we've got to be careful of that. Got to be very careful of that, actually. Another player down for Lyon. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Give us a follow on TikTok if you're watching, and make sure you subscribe if you're on YouTube. Yeah, so Man United are 1-0 down here. If you've not been watching, basically crap goalkeeping by the invisible man. I mean, it's happened before. I can't remember the game. I mean, he makes a lot of mistakes, but it's just one of those curly crosses that's going towards the back post. Doesn't touch anybody, and he doesn't follow the trajectory of the ball and misses it. It's just such a crap goal to concede. It's amateur. That's what it is. Pure amateur. Madness, really, but not surprising. "40 minutes. You know what? I really don't want to be waiting a week hoping we can turn it around at Old Trafford. I really don't. Turn it around here. How's about that? Jamie says, I'd sell Hoyland in the summer. Lyon got more players down this game than Onana has saves, says Cohen. Signing Onana is like having a woodworking business and then starting a welding area in 3 years' time. Hiring the welder instantly and using him as a carpenter, says Nat. Onana reminds me of a certain legendary Finnish ice hockey coach once yelling, shoot, shoot, boys. Their goalkeeper is always shite, says Perk. We can't string two passes together, says Kevin. Onana must have blue balls every game as he can't move, says Juju. And how much, hold on. How much wine are you planning on drinking out of sorrow? Binder on, Manu on to score a brace and win the game, says Claim Your Own. At least Amorim isn't marketing the hoodies today. Nice ball into Garnacho. Run at him. Oh, he's going to lose that. Pass, pass, pass. Alake, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you. Onana is to goalkeeping what Stephen Hawking was to standing up, says Z3 Music Official. And Zippy says, you were buzzing when you first saw Onana because he played some good passes. You must have got mixed up with the Villa midfielder. Give your glasses a clean. Yeah, but I didn't want Onana, mate. I wanted De Gea to stay. Evening, Mark. Where are all the people who were complaining we needed a ball-playing goalkeeper? Now they're all silent, says Delusional Unicorn. And what the fuck must training look like with Onana and our forwards? Like, does Onana never make a save or our forwards never on target, says Trishan? You know, you make a good point, actually. I was talking to John Terry at Baller League on Monday. And I was asking him, like, who's the toughest forward he ever played against in the Premier League. And as he was answering that question, and he said, look, you know, remember, I also trained with Drogba, you know, in the week. And it got me thinking, you know, who are our players training with? Like, the better players you have, the better team you are, because you're training together, aren't you? I mean, if you're John Terry back when Chelsea were good and you're training against Drogba all week, I mean, what brilliant preparation. And you look at United and you go, yeah, no wonder they shoot from everywhere. I've solved it. I've solved the problem. The reason United players shoot from everywhere is because in training, they shoot from everywhere and it goes in because the goalkeeper's so shit. Can Garnacho beat a player 1v1, says TK? How many mistakes does he need to make before he gets dropped, says Sean. And what the fuck must have done that one as well. Onana as a goalkeeper is like eating cereal with a knife. They're on the attack again here. Free kick. Ten Hag was a spy with a mission to ruin us, says La Familia. Worried for Onana Jr. Imagine Onana tossing him in the air, says Flash. Kirk Harrison says, you got it right. He is box office. Rangers dropped Butland tonight. This is daughter, daddy-daughter golf. Yeah, 1-0 to Lyon here. Keeping error by Onana. I don't even know who scored the goal, actually, because I just spent most... Almada, he put the cross in from the free kick. Bloody hell. Yeah, changes at half-time. I mean, we have got Xerxes, Mount, Shaw, Mainu, potentially. We can make changes. I mean, I'd change the bloody goalkeeper, but he's not going to do that, is he? Man United would concede less goals if no one were in net. Onana is a waste of space, says Alejandro. Taya, welcome to the Members Club. Crap free kick by Lyon. Goes for a goal kick. No wonder Amrin wants his own goalkeeper, says Emily Derry. Onana's shocking. Even if he does occur to him to catch the ball, he's got hands and wrists like poppadoms. Thank you very much, Emily. And Dan says, Onana should be nicknamed the Mime. Hands for show. Never actually touch anything. He's a joke. Look, you know what? I was just thinking there might be people saying that the Matic thing has, you know, got into his head, but he's made these mistakes before. And also, as a goalkeeper for Manchester United, you should be able to deal with the pressure as well. Like, you know, it's no excuse that Matic tweeted something about you and the fans are booing you. He could have played Binder. Like, I'd have played Binder anyway. This is why I'm watching the Bahrain GP instead, says Abel. Can I just say, says Nick P, you can. We who wanted Onana bought into the idea of progress in a new system. We just didn't want a new keeper for a laugh. It was progress, says Nick P. But as I said, Nick, at the time, and I'm not saying I told you so by any means, but I did say at the time, why are we obsessed about a ball-playing goalkeeper when the team can't play ball-playing football? And I did say it at the time. But people didn't want to listen. Ben Jones, PT, welcome to the Members Club. And look, it's not fans who got it wrong. The media were doing it as well. Ex-players were doing it. I can't remember who the ex-players were, but I remember them going, United need, you know, you look at Man City with Ederson, you look at Liverpool with Alisson, Man United need that type of a goalkeeper. But we don't have the defence. We don't have the midfield who can take the ball off the goalkeeper. So it was just stupid. I remember saying at the time, I don't mind us having a ball-playing goalkeeper at some point, but why would you get rid of a goalkeeper like De Gea, who wasn't a ball-playing goalkeeper, but can play, you know, but can stop, you know, actually save shots? Matic mind games works, as Colin. Rasmus, Garnacho, Xerxes, Onana, Delone must be replaced, as Keel. And Onana knows there is a less of a chance of us selling if we get knocked out, says Ben Chappell. Take on Mount and Xerxes for Rasmus and Garnacho and hope for the best, says Jack. Mate, we're losing the game. I think take off one of the midfielders. You know, we're losing. Why stick with Casemiro and Agate? He's got to do that. Because we're losing the game. I agree with, like, underperformers, like, you know, Rasmus isn't playing well, Garnacho's not playing well, you could take them off, we've got players who can do that. Oh, we're in shit now. Literally, it's a 2v1. Well done, Mazraoui, our best player again. Brilliant. Inter went Onana to Jan Sommer. What an upgrade for them, says Oscar. I meant bring Binder on, says Ollie. Can we just stretch some cling film across the post and see if anyone notices? It's not a mistake at this point. This is who he is. A bad goalkeeper, says Jake M. I thought David was all right passing-wise, says James. Can you wish Reese a happy 21st and Jensen a 13th, says Tyre. There you go. Happy birthday, Reese and Jensen. SK says, honestly, this team is finished. Would be 17th without Bruno. We're up. Well, we're going to hit half-time 1-0 down. We moved the ball too slow. Maguire's took 4 touches there in space. Delot. See, everyone takes a bloody touch. I'm afraid Onana just painted a target is on his own back. I understand the entertainment factor, but he should have zipped it. I'm bloody fuming, says James. Anthony would have won this, says Mott. Worst 45 minutes by a United side I've seen, says Christopher. Anana and Meslier competing for the most fraudulent goalkeeper, says Jevon. Did you catch Anana putting Vaseline on his gloves, says Benya. 1 + 1 = Matic, predicting the amount of blunders Anana has each match, says Tyler. Struggling all the way. Mount, Kobe and Xerxion. Shout out to Timian, says Maurice. Right, Bruno with the chance to whip across in here. Well, it's the last action of the half. It's a terrible cross. Ooh. Goal! Euro! 1-1. We're back in it. Lovely goal, lads. Lovely goal. Manchester United equalise. Totally and utterly undeserved. But fair play to Euro. It's a big goal for him. Shove that up your arse and smoke it, Matic. Yes, lovely goal. Keeper, again, look, lovely. Agate, Euro, lovely. Reactions. Fair play. Just quick reactions. Get in. 1-1. We'll take that right on half time. The timing of it is absolutely perfect as well. I was just looking for some offside or some shit like that. But get in. Basically, cross from Bruno. Keeper has to punch it out. Agate instantly just smashes it back in there. And Euro is a little bit like, well, look, obviously a very watered down, diluted Wish version. But a little bit like 99, clearance from the corner. Giggs sort of knocks it back into the area and Sheringham converts it. It was a little bit like that. Agate puts it in the danger area and Euro converts it. 1-1. There he is. Look, that bloody Pratt in goal. Get him up. Get him off. Get him off. Felipe says, shut up about Agate, you haters. There you go. Love from Uruguay. Hi, Mark. Can you call my mate Ian a Pratt? And Anana this, Anana that. Does Rasmus have something on this channel? No, Jamie, we've been talking about... Mate, shut up. We've been talking about Rasmus all half. He needs to come off. 2 + 2 = Euro, giving us a chance, says John. And then, anyway, Anana this, Anana that. Mate, could you be any more Player FC? The reason we were losing 1-0 is because Anana's fucking shit. So, you know, spin your fucking agenda somewhere else. We've all been saying Rasmus is playing crap and he needs to come off at half-time. But Anana is the reason we're losing. He's shit, mate. Call it how it is. Hi, can you... I've done that one. Honest truth, we might as well play with 8 players. Our front 3 are rotten. Can't even pass to each other or hold up the play. Galenios have doomed us, says Lee. Cape Town. Owners out. No excuses. Ineos don't care about this club. I'm tired. Clear out needed in the summer. And why do we play Rasmus? He is useless. Please get rid of him, says Joe. Probably because we haven't really got anybody else at the moment. I mean, you could put Xerxes there, but is he really a striker? Anyway, look, it's 1-1 at half-time. Let's have a look at the stats, actually. Let me get that going. Here we go. God, I tell you what, that's some might say it was undeserved. I don't know that it was. How can you say it's undeserved? Like the goal that Lyon scored was bloody rubbish. You know, it was a gift. So if you're a United fan and you're saying it wasn't deserved, you know, look at the goal that bloody Lyon scored. I think it's more than just justified. So yeah, 1-1 at half time. They've had 61% possession, but we've had 7 shots to 6. Very equal game. I think a draw at half-time is about fair, but yeah, we literally equalised with the last touch of the game. Look, critically, thanks for the follow, Twardy on TikTok. Critically, you know what? You're only as strong as your weakest link, and we've got a few weak links. You know, Rasmus is having a bad game up front. You know, that's problematic. Garnacho's not playing well. That's problematic. But there's not playing well. And then there's what happened at the other end. And we saw it in the Champions League for Ten Hag. We basically got knocked out because of that goalkeeper. And we've seen it a few times over the last 2 years where he's costing us goals, etc. And today, that is, you know, this is what I mean. Like, if you're Harry Maguire or Mazraoui, you're literally like, it doesn't matter how well I play. There's a goalkeeper here that I have got no faith in and no trust in that might cause me some problems. And in games like this, it becomes excruciating because you know, in the second half when there's a cross coming into the box, if we're thinking it, the defenders are thinking it. This is our future. We need to win the Europa League to rescue our future. Well, we shouldn't have a goalkeeper in that is flimsy. You know, we shouldn't. He's a risk, a very big risk. And, you know, what's the problem with saying that? We've all seen it. That cross doesn't touch anybody, and he's there palming thin air. Absolutely terrible. I mean, it's not a bloody bar of soap. I would get Lunin in. Class goalkeeper and fair price, says Robert. Only 2 words needed. Classic Ananas is spot on. If Bienda doesn't start after this, I give up, says Rahul. Well, Bienda should be the goalkeeper. I support Amorim. I like Amorim. But in the FA Cup, Bienda was our goalkeeper. He got injured. He's back now. He should be the goalkeeper. If it goes to penalties, Anana is shit. So there's no chance of penalties in the Premier League. Play Anana. We could have a penalty shootout in the Europa League. Play Bienda. Ten Hag has much to answer for with the Anana signing, says Kev. As an outsider, I may not have the full picture, but to me it seems Ten Hag achieved more with these players. I struggle to see what Amorim is doing, says Mr. Mac G. But mate, these are Ten Hag's players, mate. Very bad performance from Anana and Rasmus. I agree, Andre, but I think Yoro and the entire defence has been playing well. Yoro keeping Cherky very, very quiet. Garage sale, buy Casemiro, Højlund, get Anana free, says Don. Anana going to crash us out of Europe 2 seasons in a row, says SE. Anana proved the critics right, get him out, says Sessions with Simon. Please, we are back in it, but I can't take Anana anymore, says John. We've definitely seen worse performances, just wish the front three had the confidence, says Retro. We thought we bought a sweeper keeper in Anana, says Mata. Sub, Casemiro, I've done that one from Noah as well. He says sub, Casemiro, Rasmus, Anana and Delo for Mainu, Xerxes and Bienda and Amas. Dreadful half, says Noah. We're missing Ahmad badly, says Ryan. And I think the ref's been very good. Right positions and everything. Yeah, the ref's been good, Daniel, I agree. Look, we've had a bit of a reprieve there. It's 1-1 at half-time and it's Yoro who's equalised. I'm happy about that. There are conversations about individual players as we've just had, but let's talk about the performance. The fact that we're half-time in the first leg in France. Next week it's at Old Trafford. Not massively impressed with Lyon, to be honest with you. You know, not massively impressed. You know, that they can be dangerous, but if we've played badly, Lyon haven't taken advantage of it. And also, I think Mazraoui's been our best player. I think Maguire's played well. Yoro's played well. So defensively, those 3 centre-backs are doing their job again, which is good. But the biggest issue is slow movement of the ball. We're just very, very, very pragmatic with the ball. And you've got to move it quicker. Like, this is where the space comes. We're just very, very, very predictable. And it's not a surprise to me that we've scored from a set piece because we're not really doing enough in open play. Now, look, if Mount's fit, get him on. Get Xerxes on. These are players that can move the ball quicker. And I think that's what we're missing in the final third. Garnacho gets the ball. Oh, I mean, look at that from Anana. It's shocking. Absolutely shocking. You know what it is, again? He's always thinking, is someone going to get a touch on the ball? And that's not how you do it. On those types of crosses, no, I mean, he just misses the ball. You know, I thought he was following, thinking someone was going to get a touch on it, but he just misses the ball. He actually goes with 2 hands like that and misses it. Unbelievable. Really is. But look, we've got to move the ball a bit quicker. I would like to get Mount and Xerxes on. Garnacho gets the ball and wants to run with it. Bruno gets the ball and wants to ping it. I think with Xerxes and Mount, they like to move the ball quick. And same with Ahmad. And obviously we can't use Ahmad. So I would like to see Mount and Xerxes on as soon as possible. Now, that would be for Rasmus for Xerxes. Mount probably for Casemiro and put Bruno next to Ugarte. I don't think Bruno and Mount would work that well, to be honest with you. Rasmus is the worst player I've seen play professional sport. Absolutely horrible, says I love Ten Hag. Yeah, I mean, I've read your super chat, but I mean, I don't think I really have anything to say. He's playing badly, but you know, saying he's the worst footballer you've ever seen play, it's just not true, is it? It's a silly comment. But he needs to come off. He's not playing well. And I don't know whether some people are saying about Dorgu. I think Dorgu's done quite well. I think Dorgu's done quite well, but you have got Luke Shaw there, I suppose. I'm not 100% convinced that playing Casemiro and Agate is needed. I think Bruno could play next to one of them and we could get another attacker on. But is he just playing the way... Is Amorim playing like this purposely? Being a little bit defensive on purpose so he can take a draw or a tight win back to Old Trafford. Concede Delo getting a second yellow. We do need to be careful of that Ace Tracy. Let me just get that stats carousel rolling around as well. Thanks everyone who's tuning in, by the way. Man United, I tell you what, that goal couldn't have been any more perfect. Right on half-time. Absolutely perfect. Please do subscribe if you're on YouTube. We're only 10 away from 52,000. Don't forget, we're live every morning at 10 o'clock, every evening at 8 o'clock on YouTube. And if you are also on YouTube, don't forget your player ratings. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. We do that on the player ratings show. We've got a link in the description, or you can scan the QR code there and register, get yourself ready for the full-time show. Looking forward to that. Ashton on TikTok says, I bet there won't be a sub before 70 minutes. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I certainly would be making subs at half-time for this simple reason. I'd make subs at half-time because I think we need a bit of a kickstart. We've had a bit of a reprieve. Although it was a shit goal and it never should have been conceded by Onana, we've got a little bit of fortune getting a goal back right on half-time. And if we didn't have that goal, he'd be looking to make changes. So my mindset would be that goal has rescued us, but the problems are still there. So I need to bring a bit of momentum. I need to bring a bit of spark to the team. Stretford Enders just gifted a membership. You're a legend. I didn't even know Shaw was on the bench, says John. I love the way you're trying to get back into Bruno's good books when you've had a clear agenda against him all season, saying he should be sold. I love the way you make your lies up, mate. You clearly haven't watched this channel for any period of time. Whoever pointed the laser needs to be banned, says Eric Moore. I'd like to see Luke Shaw for some quality on the left and Mount on. What's the laser to do with? Is that an excuse for Onana now? Even Fonseca was confused how Onana let that in, says Jay. Thank you very much for that. James J says, to be fair, it's an awkward ball to receive as a goalkeeper. Mate, you're in the minority of one here. Like, you either know how goalkeepers are taught or you don't. Those crosses happen in every single game all the time. What you're told as a goalkeeper is, if that cross comes in and a defender has lost their man and that attacker gets in front of you and converts it in, it will never be your fault. But if nobody touches that ball and it goes in, it will always be your fault. You have to work on the assumption of the ball trajectory from the kicker, not from a deflection. If you save it from a deflection, you're going to get a lot of praise. But if it goes straight in, you're going to get criticised. He has to follow the trajectory of the ball from the kicker. So it's not difficult. He's right behind it. It bounces in front of him. He doesn't even get a touch on it. He goes with two hands and he doesn't even get one hand on it. It's crap keeping. Daniel Svensson says, Mazraoui is so good. When he makes a mistake, he recovers so good. Look, I'm glad you said that, Daniel. There was an absolutely superb piece of defending that probably won't get picked up by any pundit. And this is my problem with ex-players. They don't seem to watch the game that they used to play. They had a 2v1 against us. Mazraoui was the last man. And he timed, waited, stepped forward and won the ball. And I was convinced one of them were going to get a shot off. It was a brilliant, brilliant bit of defending. It was patient. He waited, and then he stepped forward and he took the ball. And that would have been 2-0, I think, at that time, if they got it right. Thank you very much to Mariki. He says, Dorgu needs to work on his first touch. The laser was pointed on Bruno's free kick, says Aegon. Okay. It was on Bruno's face before the free kick, says Belf. So it's not even an excuse for Mazraoui then. Sorry, it's not even an excuse for Onana. Lee Cape Town says, please stop the Rasmus hate. He's a young player going through a tough time. Let that sink in. If you had a tough time, Turbo Pratt, says Lee. mate, you're pissing in the wind. Whether it's Garnacho, Ugarte, Rasmus, Xerxes, some people just want to see the world burn. They don't, they just want to be, they want to turn it into personal hate instead of just saying, take him off, he's not having a good game. We let the Golden Glove goalkeeper go for free to pay £50 million for this. David was a leader. Look how we've been without him. This is forever MUFC. Last game when Xerxes came on, he was so energetic, making interceptions and pressing well. He can definitely catch Lyon out today, says Move the Maniac. I'd make that sub at half-time. I would. I'd make that sub at half-time. I'd take Rasmus off and I'd get Xerxes on, but we'll have to wait and see. Onana was the goalkeeper in the Europa League final. He had a stinker then, and the legacy continues, says Mr. Rock Simon. Marcus Garley. Look, Onana is not Amrim's pick, is he? And he doesn't want him. It's as simple as that. Let's forget about Onana for now until the next time. Cherky's been very quiet. I think it's a very good take to say that that could be something to do with good work by Yoro down that side. He's got a goal. Cherky's been very quiet. As I said, Lyon haven't massively impressed me. I think the positive here, and he's not made any subs at half time. The positive here is that we've probably created the best chances, and we've conceded a goal because of, well, a very well discussed topic. So second half starts. Let's see in the second half if we can, get some composure in the game and not make silly mistakes. Mount is a bright footballer. He's just injury prone, says KD. Marcus Garley, thank you very much. Is that not working? There we go. Move the ball quicker, definitely. Tavia says, Ugarte needs praise for his constant ball recoveries. Completely disagree with some of the criticism. I think Ugarte's had a good game, Tavia. I do. Obviously, the assist will give him some limelight, but that midfield of Lyon is decent, and they certainly haven't got hold of the midfield battle. Sadindra, welcome to the Members Club. Nice ball into Bruno. Into Dorgu. Back to Bruno. Ugarte. Oh, unlucky. Free kick. Ruben should sub Onana to retain his transfer value, says Mike. Europa League standard is low this year. Feels like the Conference League, says CK. James says, I was trained as a goalkeeper and played regularly. I couldn't give a shit, mate. Your take was terrible. Whoever trained you was a prat. If you think that the goalkeeper is without blame for that goal, then I'm sorry. You're in the minority of one, I said. Onana and Rasmus, two of the worst players ever, says Marcus. And I think Fiorentina are actually playing tonight, aren't they? Yeah. They're winning 1-0. They're in the Conference League. Betis are 2-0 up. Is Anthony playing? Yes, he is. I never want to play in the Conference League. Matic will be shooting from his own half if he comes on. Can you call my friend Iron a prat, says R? I'm sure we've done that already, mate. Thanks for your super chats tonight. Thanks for the follows on TikTok. Matic winner, says Jay. I like Yoro on the ball. Very confident and press resistant. Who's wearing the 69 number? It's their Georgian striker, who I can't remember the name. Important thing here is that we don't concede any more stupid goals. I've got quite a lot of confidence in the defence, whether it, you know, obviously Delit's not playing, but the back three work quite well. Lovely ball by Bruno. Garnacho, come on. Bit more confidence. Move the ball a bit quicker. Bruno's purring at the moment. He's getting more in the game, isn't he, Bruno? Oh, terrible pass. Yoro is a kid in the Lion's Den, needs time, says DH. Nick says, what do you reckon the return score will be for Arsenal? Well, I mean, I don't think it matters, mate. I mean, you can lose 2-0 and go through. Another bloody Lyon player down. Is that Lacazette? He was always shit, wasn't he, Lacazette? Christian's just gifted 5 memberships on YouTube. You're a legend. And Daniel says, join me in a prayer for a Man United winner to celebrate my 35th birthday. Well, we all want that, mate. Happy birthday. Why don't you play Football Manager, says Marcus Durant. I ain't got the time. That's the honest answer. I haven't got the time. Have you been playing with your wife's makeup? Got some black stuff on the lips? It's red wine. It's the residue of red wine. Red wine drinkers will know. You've jinxed Lacazette now. No. Problem Anana's got is his technique is his downfall, says Amar. How he dives and always bends his arms when he dives. Seldom full stretch and spaghetti wrists. Thank you very much to Kaylin and Amar. Appreciate that. John says, I know you said you don't think goalkeeper is a priority, but if Anana does nonsense like that for the rest of the season, will it change him up? No, we do need a goalkeeper, John. I just don't think we've got the money to spend it on like someone from like Costa. We're going to have to buy a younger goalkeeper, which to be honest with you, a younger up and coming goalkeeper is probably still going to be better than Anana. At least you're on the path to somewhere. I've had my dinner. Chicken pasta. A lot of free kicks. Is a yellow card? A yellow card for a push? A yellow card for a push? It's a soft yellow, that is. We're in Europe, aren't we? Scott Hargreaves, thanks for being a member for 54 months. Oh, my God. Oh, I nearly got silenced by Lacazette. I told you he was shit. Well, that wasn't Cherky. This was the number 69. He's been their best player. Does Mazraoui, does Garnacho, and Lacazette messes it up. I mean, he's the danger man. Number 69. He's been their best player by a long way. McCoutsey. Looks very good. Maybe we missed the best player. Ben says super chats aren't coming through, but we need to sign Mere on a free. Napoli and Saint Le Mans. End of. What's your favourite red wine? Malbec, Sam. Does any one ex-player make this a top 5 team, says Forms? What, United? No, we're not one. There's no one player. Prime Messi wouldn't make United top 5. It's bigger than that. James says, sorry, Mark, love you, just giving my opinion. No worries, mate, James. But I'm just saying, like, we can still get on and disagree. I'm just saying, like, there's just... I like the fact that you're trying to find a... excuse for Onana, or defend him a little bit, but I just think he's indefensible on that. FMK, Logan Bridge, KSI Tunnel, Speed Airways, says Shreeman. Don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, that number 69 for them has been the best player. Still 1-1 between Tottenham and Frankfurt. Still 0-0 between Rangers and Athletic Club, even though they've been playing against 10 men Athletic Club. Corner to United. Can you wish Jesse good luck for his game tomorrow, says Frank Adlam. Good luck, Jesse. Whatever you're doing. Oh, we got a game. Good luck in your game tomorrow. Mark, Onana seems to freeze one too many times, says IQ. Right. Referee's getting a little bit too involved for my liking at the moment. Dara, welcome to Members Club. Kevin says, why does Maguire slow the game down so much and let them get back into position? We do it every time and have to create space all over again. He is quite slow in the movement of the ball, Kevin, tonight. Another corner. That was a good corner. That's the sort of corner I like. Binder or Onana, says Theo plays. I mean, you know, if you're saying Onana. Are you classified as a good football team only if you press the opposition away from home, says Sahib. I don't know what that means either, but, you know, if anyone else. Good, go on. Yoro. Go on, Maguire. Can't go there. Offside. Dorgu. Garnacho. Where you going? Yeah, these Lyon players do go down a lot, don't they? Tigal says, can you show the match, please? Funnily enough, don't have exclusive rights to the Europa League here on on United Stand. Dan says, much love as always. What's your favourite Italian dish? Lasagna. Another long ball. Another free kick. A lot of soft free kicks here. We're in Europe, aren't we? We're in Europe, aren't we? If people criticise the United Stand the way you criticise United, you say, I don't care, and rightly so. Why should United players care what you think, says Satir. Well, why should they care what anyone thinks? You know. If we don't want to concede free kicks, we need to stop hitting long balls, because every time you hit a long ball, you've got to contest for a ball, and then they fall over, and then they get a free kick anyway. With Onana replaced, the new experienced striker, a CDM backup, and the Deadwood sold, we will be back on track, says Herman. We won't. Need more than that, pal. So you're basically saying we're a striker, experienced striker and experienced goalkeeper away? Nope. Nope. Odds on Matic getting cheered at Old Trafford, says Matthew. Pretty good, actually. I don't think Matic will get jeered. Well done, Casemiro. Oh, fucking hell. We are trying to press higher up the pitch. I mean, if you look at where Lyon are at the moment, like we are trying to press them high up the pitch. Look how high Dorgu is there. They've played through it quite well there, Lyon. Scott and Becky says, I think we're 5 or 6 players away in truth. I agree. Stairs, thanks for your super chat. TNT Pudgery giving on a man of the match, says Ben. Go on, Garnacho. Bit of a break. Turn around. Look for a pass. Go back to Garnacho. Come on. Move it. Move it. Don't slow it down. It's fucking too slow again. Dorgu. 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 Yes. Leighton's gifted a membership. Thank you very much. We're technically so bad it's not funny, says Matter. Hope Bernardo won't get jeered at Old Trafford due to not being on the pitch, says Kenneth. Technically Gifted says, if United win the Europa League, has it been a good season? It's been a bloody miracle, mate. Thanks for the follow, Logan and Rommel and Unk on TikTok. Appreciate that. We're too slow moving the ball. Here we go, Yoro. Come on, someone make a run for him. Shoot. Good play. Good play, mate. What chance is there of a win away at Newcastle's, says Peter. Absolute, mate. Newcastle have had all week off. They're trying to get into the Champions League spots. They're at home. We could get beat badly on Sunday. It's the one game I sort of looked at in the international break and went, we're definitely losing that one. And it could be like by quite a lot. Because Newcastle are better than us anyway. And they're going to be fresher than us. And they're going to be more determined than us. So it's going to be tough. Sahib says, with reference to my previous point, can you be classified as a world-class team if you only play on the counter-attack? Xerxes coming on. I think Mount's coming on as well. Subs time. Well, what did you think about Inter under Mourinho? They won the Champions League and they were very much, you know, defensive-minded. I don't think you can be snobby about styles of football. I think it's about what you do, isn't it? If you can win titles and Champions Leagues, lovely play, lovely play. Go on, Garnacho. Cross it. Wins a corner. Well done. Are you gonna take, says Zach, an honour or a wheelie bin? How many goals would we need to make as winners? Says Alex. More than them. Rasmus off for Xerxes. About time, to be fair. I don't think that's a shock tonight. I did think someone else was warming up, but it is just one sub at the moment. Come on, mate. Agate had to pull out of that tackle on a yellow. Right, Leon, from our own corner again, look. Oh, it's all right, we've got numbers back. Been busy with work recently. Have you missed me? Says Goldio. Onana is so bad. Absolute waster, and I'm sick of him. I'm glad to have you back, mate. Thank you very much for your chat. Take your time. Mate, that's a prime example of a lack of confidence. Onana could have come and picked that up. Maguire, if in doubt, kick it out. That is exactly what I'm talking about the lack of confidence our defenders have in this goalkeeper. Because if that's Alisson at Liverpool, Van Dijk will just leave it. But in that situation, Maguire is like, no fucking chance am I listening to you shouting, leave it. I'm booting it out. I'm going to take responsibility. And I don't blame him. Oh, no. Oh, no. Straight at the fucking hell. I was more... I mean, Tolisso should score it straight at the goalkeeper, but I was more looking at Agate. Look at Agate here on a yellow card. Watch what he does. Bloody hell. That would have been a red. That's what I was worried about. I mean, yes, Tolisso should have scored, but he kicks it straight at Onana, thank God. But I was more talking about Agate. That would have been a red. He'd have been gone. Out of the next leg as well. Ross says, what position in the league would you be happy with next year? Top 8. No, mate. I don't think that's ever good enough, really. But realistically, you're probably correct. But I'm never going to say I'm happy with top 8 at Man United. We should be in the top bloody 2. That's who we are. I'm never going to be happy with top 8. But you're probably right. We'll do well to do it. New goalkeeper top priority, says Shahin. Evening, Mark. Are the calling shows ever returning in the future? And wanted to say thank you, Christian, in the chat for this month's membership. Oh, no. Here we go. Maguire does enough. They've had a couple of good chances here. Lyon, we need to be careful. Yeah, Johnny Turner says top 2 is who you was, not who you are. Yeah, but that wasn't the question, Johnny. The question was, would I be happy with top 8? No. You know, even when Liverpool was shit, would you be happy with top 8? No, I'm not happy with top 8. We've got one of the biggest revenues in the world. We've got one of the biggest fan bases in the world. We've got the biggest capacity in the Premier League. Why would I be happy with top 8? It's just a symbolizer. It's just an acceptance of crap ownership. Like, we probably won't be in the top 8 next season, but that doesn't mean that doesn't mean I should go, oh, I'm happy with it if we are. No. Get Mount on. Casemiro. That's going to go for a corner. Oh, he's kept it in. Yeah, I'd take Agate off because this second yellow card looks like it's just inevitable at the moment. Drop Bruno next to Casemiro and bring on Mount. We've got options on the bench, haven't we? I mean, Mainu, Mount. Bring Luke Shaw on instead of Dorgu. Evening, Mark. Thank you very much. We miss Ahmad so much. Says Super. Nobody talks about it enough. His ability to take on players and draw defenders. Yeah, nobody Super Skolzy talks about missing Ahmad at all, do we? I mean, we literally did a show on it this morning, and everybody mentions it about 50 times a show. We definitely miss Ahmad, but look, I don't think in mid-April you can be so spoiled as to say we miss Ahmad. Like, these things happen. Like, Arsenal haven't got Gabriel. Man City haven't got Haaland. You do get injuries, and unfortunately it's happened to an important player, but we have got most of our players back now, and we should be able to, in the modern game, adjust without one player. I think Ahmad will be back for the semi-final if we get through. Liverpool haven't been on the top 8 since the 60s, says Neil. Out the top 8. It's not the Liverpool stand, but thanks for your Liverpool knowledge there. We do miss Ahmad, you're right. Done. Another free kick for United. Bruno dinks it to the back post. Maguire will win that! Oh, I tell you what. He was given a foul. What a surprise. What a surprise. Madaf says, I see a lot of people saying we need 4 or 5 players to be challengers, but we seem to say this every season. We don't have much players who are consistent, says Madaf. Because we are 4 or 5 players away, mate, but we keep buying the wrong people. That's the problem. You've got to buy the right people. It's not 4 or 5 signings, it's 4 or 5 of the right players. If you buy the wrong players, you could buy 4 or 5 players in the summer and still be 4 or 5 players away because you bought the wrong players. Good block. Xerxes, that's a lovely first time pass. Bruno on the far, 3 against 2. Bruno on the far, Xerxes on the overlap, Bruno on the far, ruined it. Hi, Mark. Big up Blackburn Rovers. We'll play you soon, says Sam. We love our defence, but I miss Heaven, says David. Manu at the 10 for Agate and then Shaw for Delo. Stick Dorgo on the right, says Joshua. We messed that up there. I think Garnacho messed it up. I think he could have gone to Xerxes easier. And he could have gone to Bruno earlier. But this is what I mean. There's too many learner drivers in this team. Garnacho's 20, you know. Dorgu's 20. We're critical of them because, you know, the quality should be better. But should it be better from them? They're not the finished article. They're going to make bad choices. This is why I don't want to buy another 20-year-old in the summer or another 22-year-old. I want a 25-year-old who, when they make that pass, you go, what have we fucking bought, you know? Rory says, good luck, Mark. Seems to be a lack of communication, especially midfield to attack, says Stephen D. Thank you. And Ahmad, Sancho, Rashford, we would win this. Okay. Lake on the minute. What, is that the same Marcus Rashford that didn't even get into the matchday squads because he wasn't trying in training? Sancho, yeah, you're a troll, mate. I've just the Rashford one you got me. The Sancho one was when I realised you were a troll. Mazraoui had a big block there. Here's Dorgu. That's a foul for us, surely. Yeah. Just Yank says, why is Agate still on that yellow? Still 20 minutes to go here. I do feel that Lyon have started to make more chances in the last 5 minutes. I'm a little bit worried about that. Ben says, the one time you want Garnacho to shoot and he passes. Keel says, in defence of Garnacho, are people actually calling for the ball? Sheehan says, we should play Sancho Shaw sooner. You never know, he might be on crutches before his comeback. And Graham Sooner says, United need to play like me in the midfield. Blackburn and United are the same fallen giants as Sam. Free kick. Come on, Bruno. This is a similar position to the first one. The first goal. Pop it in on the keeper. Terrible free kick. I mean, fucking, you pay 300 grand a week for that. It's just... Here's Mount. It's either going to be... I think it'll be a midfielder. I think it'll be Agate. Yeah. Good choice. He's a risk on a yellow. With Welbeck, United win this, says Robbo. This could be interesting. We've now got Bruno playing deeper. 2 attacking players behind Xerxes. This could be an opportunity. I said 2-1 United. Alexander says, I've just discovered UK Garage. Great music. Whose garage have you broken into then? To be fair to Garnacho, Rashford shoots there, says Elliot. Mark, what was the last World Class Academy product of ours, says Zico. World Class? I think Rashford was touching on world class. I know I'm going to get absolutely ridiculed, but I think Rashford... There was a time where Rashford was touching world class for about 18 months. But consistently world class, you've got to go back to class of 92, haven't you, surely? I mean, Fletcher wasn't world class. Go on then, Mount. Good play, Garnacho. Graham Wesley would sort this mess of a club out, says Dirty. I'm just hopeful that with Mount, Garnacho and Xerxes, there might be a little bit of quicker movement of the ball in the final third. One touch, you know. Bruno playing from deep. Yeah, Xerxes not going to get that. Oh, God, need a stretch here. Love how Bruno gets angry when his teammates make mistakes, but when he does stupid crosses like that, before it's all good. Shocker, says Zaki. If you could take any player on a free from any club, who would it be to make the biggest difference, says Alex? Well, one player's not going to make a massive difference at Manchester United, but if I could take one player from the Premier League on loan for a free, I think Isak would be decent because he's got individual flair as well as the ability to score goals. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not convinced that Xerxes as a striker is the solution. I like him in the number 10 position. But, you know, you can't keep Rasmus on when he's having a game like that, so you've got to put Xerxes on. Imagine the Amazon all or nothing of this team, says Matthew. I think they'd cancel it, wouldn't they? If United don't get top 4, I'm sacking the cleaner, says Jim Radcliffe. With Fraser Campbell, we win this, says Super Skolzy. Look, you know what? I understand the frustration in the chat, and I'm sure it's going to be prevalent in the match reaction as well. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people getting very angry and, you know, this is shit. Remember, we have got people in our fan base who are just very motivated on themselves and saying, I told you so. I don't really think they have the best interests of the team at heart. But I'll stick by what I said. We'll win the Europa League, but it won't be pretty. You know, I know what people want. They want us to win pretty. And, yeah, it'd be great if we did. But we're not going to win pretty. We're going to have to scrap our way. Sociedad was a scrap. This is a scrap. The semi-final will be a scrap. You know, it's not going to be pretty if we're going to do it, unfortunately. Still 1-1 between Tottenham and Frankfurt, but Bilbao have broken the deadlock at Ibrox. They've been playing against 10 men for a long, long time. And it's Baranga who scored for them. They await the winners of this game in the semi-final. A fat Benny McCarthy would have had 2 tonight, says Herman. I'm on the boat from Holyhead to Dublin at the moment, like Goldbridge in his heyday, says Sean. Mate, I'm so happy they still do that. Is it busy? Oh my God. Fucking hell, thank God for that. Lyon in again. Well done, Mount. Tell you what. Oh, be careful. Mount. Hey, Lacazette, why don't you go fuck yourself? Why don't you go fuck yourself? Why don't you go fuck yourself? Fair play, Mount. Let's have it. Oh, I fucking love it. I love all that. I love it. Much ado about nothing. A Shakespeare play. Gonna book him though, isn't he? Garnacho is the primary reason why we cannot score. We get a chance. Garnacho gets the ball and he loses it. Multiply that by the entire game. Yeah, but you know what, the Inquisition? Can I just raise a point here? You know, people want to go in on Garnacho and other players. There are options. Why does the manager keep picking him then? I think sometimes we're very eager to go in on individual players, but they're not keeping themselves on the pitch. There are other options on the bench. Like, why is he always being picked then? You know, surely there should be some question towards the manager. Don't forget to check Sleeper out, by the way. Fantastic app. I think you'll really enjoy it. Links in the description or scan the QR code. Do check it out. Bench thinner than Keown's hairline. Come on, number 7, says John. Would you rather not sign a striker or sign Delap? K-Ray, I'm not answering that. Yeah, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to find a way for me to say, I'll take Delap, and I'm not. We need better than that. Tell you what, it's good to see Mason Mount getting into some, you know, stretching and combative play. What a save by the goalkeeper. I don't think Garnacho can do much more with that cross. He gets it on target. Ben Jones, your super chats are coming through. I've just read it there. I just don't think he can connect any better than that. And unfortunately, it's sort of straight at the goalkeeper. Terrible game by Garnacho, says Sandeep. With Ralphie Milne, we win this, says SID. Thank you very much. Right, another corner to United. Can we scrap a win here? Oh, header just wide by Casemiro. Bilbao goal is under review. VAR, it's been ruled out. Still 0-0. That'd be a great result for Rangers if they can hold out with 10 men. Mark, are we playing well, says the Morris brothers. No. Look, I don't think Lyon deserved to win. But if we're judging Manchester United's performance, which you're asking me to do, no, I don't think we've played well. I don't think we've played well, have we? But that might not be what it's all about. Brilliant. Keo's hairline, says Marker S. Thank you very much for your super chats tonight. Thanks everyone who's given us a follow on TikTok, like Yasin. That's a good cross into the box. There's no one there for Lyon, though. 10 minutes to go. Dorgu has played well. His crosses and defending has been on point tonight, says Nigel. I wonder if he'll pick, you know what, in relation to the Newcastle game, obviously I'll be watching it. I'll be doing a watch along. It's going to be an interesting game because, you know, as much as the Premier League can be boring in the last few weeks, it's going to be very interesting as going to a game that we don't really want to play against a team that's very good at their place. We're going to want to batter us. So I think the Newcastle game will be very interesting. And I would hope in the Newcastle game that he isn't jeopardising Thursday. I don't want to see the first team playing against Newcastle. So Luke Shaw should start. Mason Mount should start. Lindelof should start. Like, we, you know, maybe get a young, maybe Mainu starts. Like, I know we're going to lose that game. And I think we're intelligent enough to know we're going to lose that game. And I think we need to just be very wary of that and try and, you know, give some of these key players a bit of a break. Can't figure out the super chat and gave you another one mistake, says Clinton. Have a drink on me. Wanted to say doesn't look like we're trying to win, just trying not to lose. Well, Lindelof and Mainu are coming on. K-Ray says, sorry, mate, was just curious, not trying to troll. Look, I don't want to say on a stream that I would take Delap because then it'll get clipped or what, you know, whatever. I don't want Delap. We need an experienced striker. That's my start. That's my point. But if you said to me it's Delap or nobody, then obviously I'm going to take. I mean, I'm going to take Danny Ings over nobody. So, you know, a lot of people did say a Mainu winner. If you had to describe this game in one word, what would you describe it? I'm just thinking about the title of the show. Draws are always the hardest. Garnacho's coming off. No, Sleeper's the Sleeper. Sleeper is the... don't blame Sleeper. It's a brilliant app. Trust me, you'll love it when you check it out. Maguire's coming off. Garnacho's coming off. I don't know. I'm sort of like, I don't know, you know? I really don't know what I think about this game. I don't know whether I'm unhappy. I don't know whether I'm happy. Reminds me a lot of the Man City game all over again. Defensively good. A little bit lethargic in the attack. Got to be very careful here. Well done, Yoro. I think Yoro and Mazraoui, best two players on the pitch for me. But you know what? If Onana doesn't make that mistake, I don't think we've conceded, have we? I can't really think of anything else. I almost feel like that'll do. But we've played poor. Kobe's playing in the 10. Looks a little bit bulkier, doesn't he? Thoughts on the ongoing? Yeah, I'm not talking about stuff like that, okay. Sorry, it's not, we're a football channel. Okay, I'll leave it at that. I don't get manager obsession with centre-back sub, says Dazzo. Lindelof makes me nervous, says Louis. Desperados, yay or nay? I do like them, McRae. I don't know whether they're a thing anymore. Nervous now, keep it, park the bus, says Bartley. Would you take Timo Werner over nothing? Yes, Nath, of course I would. Don't understand why Shaw doesn't come on instead of Lindelof, says Ethan. Well, don't understand why he's on the bench again if he can't do any minutes. I wonder if the Maguire thing... I tell you what, that's not a good result for Spurs, though, if it stays 1-1. They're going to go away to Eintracht Frankfurt, and I think they're going to struggle. 5 minutes to go. Oh, here we go. Lacazette's shit. I tell you what, he is so shit. He's had 2 big chances in this game, and he is proper shit. Look at that. He's always been shit. And he is still shit. I've got my title. I'm not going to go with that'll do. It's too boring. I've changed it. If you're on YouTube, scan that QR code or go through the link in the video description. Get yourself registered for player ratings. All you got to do is drop your email address. You'll get an email, verify it, and then you'll always be able to use our player ratings. And then mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. I want loads of people to get involved in the player ratings today because I think there are some real hidden gems. And I guarantee you, and I'll tell you in the player ratings, I guarantee you a player is going to get a low score who deserves a high score. Figure out that player. It's not. Don't worry. It's not Rasmus or Onana or Garnacho. They are probably going to be a 5 or lower. But yeah, it's there is a player that I think gets that just goes unnoticed a lot, and I think he had a good game today, and I think people will give him a low score. But we'll see. Get involved in the player ratings. Okay. Thanks everyone who's tuned in, by the way. Remember, next Thursday at Old Trafford, 1-1. You'd probably take it. I mean, the old adage is don't get beat away, win at home. That's what you do in Europe. Super Skulls, he says, even in the glory days, a draw away from home was never a bad result in Europe. Back to Old Trafford and win it in front of a home crowd. Exactly. It's just whether you trust these players. We'll be all right at Old Trafford against these, says chat. I think we will as well. Well done, Mainu. Shoot, Bruno. Xerxes. Goal! 2-1! Absolutely brilliant! What a ball by Bruno. Xerxes does his shooting motion. That cross was fantastic. Don't forget, Mainu wins it to get it to Bruno. I said 2-1, and I tell you what, that finish by Xerxes at that moment in time, well, I tell you, it's hotter than a thermometer up a devil's arse. Absolutely brilliant. What a way to win it. Oh, the Glazers are here. Get out. Get them off my screen. Don't ruin it. Lovely by Mainu. Look at this cross by Bruno. Oh, it's delightful. It's absolutely delightful. Brilliant stuff. Absolutely brilliant. That cross. Oh, Jesus. He killed Dracula with that. It was so good. What a cross by Bruno, though. It's just magnificent. That is just so good. And that is a dream. That is an absolute dream. We were just saying a draw away from home isn't too bad. But a win away from home. Oh, this is perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. Wow. Told you, we're going to win this bloody tournament. We're going to win it. We're going to win it. You know why we're going to win it? Because we might not be very good, but it's the Europa League. It ain't the bloody Champions League. I've got to better change the title from Anana Costas to... I'm going to have to call it Xerxes. Xerxes. That'll do. That will do. Anana rescued. Yeah. Don't focus on the negative. Focus on the positive. It's a very, very good result, this. I did say to... Well, I'm not going to keep saying it. Love the show, Mark. Hope you had a good birthday, says Lindsay. Thank you very much, Lindsay. I thought it against City too. Mount and Bruno being on the same pitch gives creativity, says Josh. Amrin won't get his flowers, but it was right timing for subs. He knows we have to grind the win, says John. Here's Mainu again. Wide, Bruno. First time. Wrong way. 5 minutes. Joshua Zerkamp says Matter. Never mind. Bruno Xerxes says Maximilian. Fergie time never fails. Come on, United, says that guy Beto. Second team against Newcastle. Future depends on Europa, says Bartley. Yeah, I agree. I agree. The fact that Avram Glazer is sat in Lyon but won't come to Old Trafford is pathetic. What a worm. Thomas, I hated the way... Mainu! I hated Xerxes. I hated the way the camera cut to them. Absolutely hated it. I don't want to see them. It's a massive, massive moment for us. And within seconds of us scoring, they cut to the bloody Glazers. Pricks. Anouf Xerxes came on. One of my favourites, says Moof Maniac. We'll be all right at Old Trafford, says Chat Edit. Well... we should be all right now with a lead. Came in like Napoleon, went down like Waterloo, says Clinton. Title should be I'm Xerxes and I know it, says Julian Lee. The nerve of Anana to stare down Lyon supporters after his howler, says Rasta. He thinks he's involved. Anana thinks he's contributed. That's the thing. Bruno saves again. No, that cross was magnificent from Bruno. It goes to show that if you keep the game close, we'll always have a chance with the system and this manager, says Trill. You know what? We defend well, though. Do I own any... Ryan says, do I own any Bitcoin? I think I probably do own a little bit of Bitcoin from somewhere years ago. Gaming Gaz says, finally ahead, Mark, but first half was shite. Don't forget to get your player ratings in if you're on YouTube. Scan the QR code, go through the link in the description, get them in, because there is a hidden player that I don't think anyone's going to give a high score to. Bruno back to his best, says Humphrey. Call it Matic in the bin. Thank you. That was from Jesus. Thanks for all the follows on TikTok, by the way. Absolute legends. Thank you very much for tuning in. And if you're on YouTube, please do subscribe. We're very close to 53,000. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Get involved. We're live every night at 8 o'clock on YouTube, every morning at 10 o'clock. It's me in the morning at 10. And we normally have a show at 2 o'clock, actually, to be fair. I don't know why I never mentioned that. But get involved. Biggest and best United community in the world on the United Stand. You're all very welcome. And look, as I've said before, I think we're going to win this tournament. It might not be pretty, but I do think we're going to win it. Just got to defend this out here. Xerxes just carrying it. No one's near him. Nice ball by Delo. Here's Bruno. Oh, lovely play by Bruno. Let's have 3. Oh, nearly. I think at Old Trafford we could yellow card for Mainu. Fucking hell, this referee. Kings of Lyon. I'm changing it. I'm changing it. That is a banger of a title. Well done, mate. Brilliant. Oh, no. No, no. Oh, Anana. He's fucking done it again. He's done it again. I can't speak. I can't speak. It's 2-2. I can't bloody believe it. He's gone and palmed it into bloody danger again, hasn't he? Old Pam. Bloody should be on Gavin and Stacey. Pam, Pam, Pam. He's palmed it into bloody danger. 2-2. You couldn't believe it, mate. You couldn't believe it. I can't believe it. We just don't know. He's just useless in goal. Straight at him and he palms it into fucking danger. Look at him. There's just no composure there. Oh, fucking hell. I just don't believe it. Disaster class. Fucking hell. We don't deserve that. I've changed the title more times than bloody George Martin. You won't get it. Fucking hell. Oh, it's Cherky who scored the tap-in, by the way. Final whistle. Mate, this guy needs dropping. I don't even, you know, I don't even know. I mean, just... It's cost us 2 goals tonight. We've gone to Lyon and scored 2 legit goals, and we've got a goalkeeper at the back who's cost us 2. I mean, I'll be fuming. I'll be fuming. And also, I don't get to use my bloody great title that I nicked off somebody called Kings of Lyon from Robinson Crusoe. Deja vu, says Jimmy. Check Anana's betting history, says Dale. Matic was right. He won his bet, the Pratt, says Hypochondriac. Anana out, says Blacklist. Mainu has been great since he came on. Mainu passing is refreshing, says Mako. You talk about Dorgu, says Stian. Player ratings, get involved. I'm going to go straight to match reaction. I mean, I think the players will just be fuming with the keeper. Bruno looks absolutely furious. You would be. They will be thinking the same thing as you. 100%. 100%. Let's go over to the match reaction. I'm going to lose my shit. Seriously. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average. Links in the description for that. Anana's going to have an awkward journey home, says Emily Derry. Look, somebody said, what can he do with the second goal? Mate, it's right at him, and he sort of does that. Like, just get it out. Get it, angle it out. Don't just bloody throw it from back from where it bloody came. Bag of cement defending. Terrible. Terrible. Please do subscribe if you're on YouTube, bottom right-hand corner. Thanks everyone on TikTok as well. Legends, if you want to tune in for the match reaction, that's on YouTube. Thank you very much, everybody there. And obviously, thank everyone on YouTube as well. We're going to be literally live again in about a minute when I set everything up. So thank you, everybody, for that. I'm a bit shocked, actually. I thought we'd done the smash and grab job, and unfortunately, not to be. Very disappointed. Very disappointed. And I think we'll beat them at Old Trafford, but I think we had beat them at Old Trafford already. I'm sick of the goalkeeper costing us results. He cost us the Champions League last season, and he has cost us tonight. If I was Amrim, I'd be going in on him. I don't think Amrim should have picked him, mate. That's my issue. I don't think he should have picked him. Right, I'll see you over on the match reaction in a minute. Thanks, everyone, for watching.